proudly brought to you by Network on all social media platforms. ESP Network, it's game day.
If you're in the Minot area and looking for a rental, start here. I just moved and had no idea where to begin, but then I found Creative Property Management. They've got the most listings in town, apartments, townhomes, even single-family homes. They made it easy, helped me find a place that felt like home, and their 24/7 maintenance means no stress. Whether you're new to the area or just ready for a change, book a tour with CPM today.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold up! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Not everyone starts their day at the same time or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Ferendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. Ferendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
What better way to wrap up one half of the West Region volleyball season than our first matchup of number 1 versus number 2 in the conference as the Century Patriots, number 1 in all the land of North Dakota, against the Minot High Magets, unranked, but on the heels of the Patriots as we complete one time through the West Region schedule. Thank you for joining us today on the PSP Network. We start, as always, with a Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show with timely services that won't slow you down and no appointment needed to stay in your car. Drive-through oil change service to take about 15 minutes at any of the Valvoline Instant Oil Change locations in Minot or Bismarck. Also, find out what they do online at VIOC.com. With 25 years of the Lundins taking care of people, they make local actually matter. Welcome you into Magic City Campus Gymnasium. I'm Owen Patterson on the call. Century has had Minot High's number, as with many of teams over the past couple decades, that is, for Century volleyball. But this is a Magets team that, after the battle they had a couple nights ago in Dickinson, having to go up 2-0 against a very, very difficult to beat Mavericks team, especially on their home floor. The Magets actually gave up the next 2 sets to the Mavericks before having to claw back even in set 5. A comeback there to get the win has kind of filled this Magets team with confidence as they go into a matchup against the number 1 and unbeaten Century Patriots. Meanwhile, Century is coming off of probably their closest and most competitive match of the entire WDA season. They had to go to 4 sets, a rarity for the Patriots this year, against the Jamestown Blue Jays. And not only that, Jamestown forced Century to go in sets 3 and 4, just a 2-point difference, 25-23, 25-23, to wrap up the win for the Patriots against the Blue Jays to stay perfect overall and in the West. So it's a little bit of 2 different sides of the equation, but at the end of the day, both teams are coming off of wins and looking for one more as they head into the month of October in the back half of the regular season. Coming up on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, we'll look at the Northern Plains, eating our keys to the game, some players to watch, and a lot more to get to before first serve today. It's Minot and Century from Magic City Campus Gymnasium on the PSP Network.
This week's PSP Network Player Performance of the Week, powered by the Aggie Foundation and Minot State University. Congratulations to this week's nominees on Big Time Games. The votes are in, and this week's Player Performance of the Week belongs to Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. And watch for next week's PSP Network Player Performance of the Week, powered by the Aggie Foundation and Minot State University. PSP Network, it's game day.
The Aggie Foundation is a 501c3. Our mission is to really help out the communities that allow us in for charitable gaming.
We are so thankful for Aggie Foundation for giving us the $2,500.
I can't thank the Aggie Foundation enough for what they've done.
Aggie Foundation has been just a great partner for our community.
Some of these programs wouldn't be able to continue on without funding from programs like this.
We're always looking for new partners, new communities to be in. If we can make an impact in that community, we will.
As a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Schatz Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
For a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Welcome back to the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Crowd continuing to file their way in to Magic City Campus Gymnasium for what should be a very nice night of volleyball on the PSP network, especially here in Minot. Taking the Patriots against the Majettes, but elsewhere on the PSP network today. We'll get to that in just a second, but first, a bit better picture on how this game might go today with our Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game. Remember, Northern Plains Heating and Air is your only choice to seal your heating and air game. It's Northern Plains. Call Dylan today at 222-2155 to make sure your furnace is ready for the winter months ahead. New installation, upgrades, and all your furnace and AC needs. Again, call Dylan today at Northern Plains Heating and Air. Phone number 222-2155. Kept it really minimalistic for the Century Patriots today. Block. They have the best individual blocker in North Dakota, and they have the best team block in North Dakota. There's really no arguing about that. Up front for them is going to be important today against Minot High, and Alexis Heinley leads the way. The 6-foot senior middle hitter. She's on her way to St. Cloud State for next fall. That is going to lead the way today against Minot High, a team who really, their front row is kind of their heart and soul of the team. Obviously, their center, Mackenzie Duffner, the leader overall. But if Minot High is having a day on the front row there, they're going to have a couple wins in the sets and, of course, in the match. It's what we've seen in WDA play this year. But if Century can take Minot out of their game by putting up a good block today, especially early, that's going to get the Majettes a little flustered a little bit tonight. So for Century, plain and simple, go back to what works, and that's defensively at the net, block today against Minot High. Meanwhile, for the Majettes, a little more to this one. Be out of the ordinary. The Century Patriots, what they do, it works. Their game plan every night, it's just the right one from head coach Jamie Zastapil to pick up a win. They're not going to play down to an opponent. And Minot High, well, at number 2, they don't have to go down very far to find the Majettes. Minot's going to have to throw something different at it. Mackenzie Duffner has been great this year at the dump play. It's worked about 100% of the time for her that we've seen. And just mixing up the ball. Minot is one of the leaders in back row attacks in the West region. That's something obviously Century has seen on the film, but it's something Minot High could throw out at times just to get Century maybe out of their rhythm. If that's something they can do, just a play like that, you got to try everything today to knock off the Patriots, a team with a 22-match unbeaten streak going back to the end of last regular season, and a team that is off to a 14-0 start in the 2025 campaign. Plain and simple in your Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game today ahead of Century and Minot. Let's set up the matchup by looking at the West Region standings. They're brought to you by Trusted Tire and Auto. We're looking at the top today. Century and Minot High separated by a game in the West Region. Obviously, you win and you're number 1 in this kind of matchup, whether it's the Patriots or the Majettes that come out on top. Century looking to stay as the only unbeaten in the state of North Dakota at 14-0 overall. Minot High has bounced back very well from a little bit of a subpar, I guess just sub-500 preseason tournament, but again, that's the preseason, and the games that really matter for Minot High, they have played very well. That one loss we were here for at home against BHS, and the Demons, meanwhile, they find themselves in just a wild part of the standings. 3 through 6, everybody's beating each other. Somehow Jamestown is ahead in the tiebreakers. Again, they just battled the Patriots last week, but 4 teams at 5-3. Obviously, the team to really keep an eye on is Dickinson. They played so well at home this year. A majority of their second half schedule, though, is going to be on the road. Can the Mavericks sustain the first half success that they had? Obviously, Bismarck High is a team to watch out for. I think that's a team that probably could play a lot better than their 5-3 record right now. A couple of losses that, maybe they can turn around the second half. But BHS is going to be hot on the tails of Minot High. Again, they already have a win over the Majets this year to take over one of those top 3 seeds in the West Region Tournament, hosted by Mandan, who's in a tie with Minot North right now for 7th and 8th. St. Mary's and Williston round out the West Region's 10 teams in the Division AA. Well, we promised it. We'd take a look at our upcoming schedule on the PSP Network. Here it is as we start another week to wrap up September and get into October. 3 volleyball matches tonight on PSP, all starting at about the same time. Legacy will be in Dickinson. We just spoke about the Mavericks, the success they've had at home. Can they do it again today against Legacy? They're coming off a loss, though, to this Minot team in heartbreaking fashion last week, up in the 5th set. And then it all went away. Meanwhile, in Division A volleyball tonight from Nedrose, the Cardinals host the Botnos Stars. That's an interesting one in Division A's Region 3, which has really been an exciting division of volleyball this year. Fast forward to Thursday, 4 more volleyball matches, including a key match in District 6 of Division B. Surrey and our Redeemers, kind of the 2 runaway favorites right now in that district. They will square off in the Castle. We'll be back here at Magic City Campus Gymnasium as the Majets host the Mandan Braves. Also matches from Bismarck and Dickinson. And then, as has become commonplace on the PSP Network, 5 football games on a Friday night from Bishop Ryan, Jamestown, Legacy, Mandan, and St. Mary's. How about our first ever broadcast from Jamestown for a football game on the PSP Network? Can't wait to get out there and take that in. That's this week on the PSP Network. As always, you can follow us at Network PSP on all socials, or just subscribe to the YouTube channel you're watching right now. Don't go anywhere. We've got First Serve on the other side of this pregame timeout.
Engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There are some things in life we can't control, but what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
It's the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved.
Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
This page is in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Rooted in the heart of our vibrant communities stands Bravera Bank, offering complete financial services for banking, wealth management, and insurance. From home loans and checking accounts,
let me tell you about the cashback rewards with this account,
to wealth management We'll help you forge your path ahead.
Let's create a plan to reach your financial goals.
Sounds great.
With specialty insurance coverage, our advisors ensure your operation can carry on.
Looks like it's going to be a great harvest. Another reminder, this is the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Getting you set for WDA Volleyball tonight on the PSP Network. Your locally owned oil change headquarters. Stay in your car, 15-minute oil change available in Bismarck and Minot. Also find out more of what they can do online at VIOC.com. How are we talking about some of the individual performers that can play a part in tonight's match between the top two teams in the West, the Century Patriots and Minot High. The Jets will start with the visitors, the Century Patriots. And, well, it's a lot of the same names you're going to hear every night. The MVP awards, the just overall players to watch. It doesn't really change for this team because nobody's found a solution to it. The Century Patriots are going to go to the same old every single night until somebody stops it. And for Sylvia Taylor, nobody has found a stop for what number 2 is doing on the offensive end. Already over 100 kills in just 8 West Region matches. She has double-digit kills in every single one of them, including a season-best 24 against Jamestown her last time out. The Augustana commit headed to Sioux Falls is spending her last fall in Century Patriot colors pretty well. And, of course, there's still a lot of volleyball still to play. I mean, Century, it's not a bad problem to have where, I mean, you've got a standout on the front row and you can just go to it until, again, the opponents find a solution to it. And for Minot High, that will be the biggest question today. They'll turn to maybe their star up front on the block, Eve Knutson, their middle blocker, the senior as well. She's going to have a big performance today. Obviously, Century, probably the highest flying team. Not only do they have the height, they can also jump out of the gym more than any team in the West region. So Knutson, she's going to have to be prepared, as is that entire blocking row for Minot High. But definitely Knutson, her main task tonight is try and limit what Century's going to do up against the net with their powerful offense led by Taylor. Your players to watch are brought to you today by Planet Pizza. They have the best pizza on the planet. They've been around for over 25 years and have the largest laser tag playground in the region, a giant lunch buffet, and they deliver. Call now at 701-852-1700 to place an order. That's Planet Pizza. Well, as we always like to do on the PSP Network, promote local athletes, and you can help us each and every week. Thanks to the Aggie Foundation and Minot State University, they bring you the Player Performance of the Week. And here are the nominees. You can vote on them up until Thursday when the winner gets announced. If you're a Century fan, you got somebody to vote for. Darian Bitts of the Patriots football team, a huge performance in their win over the Mandan Braves this past week. I believe that was another shutout for them, so that defense is flying around and causing some chaos in the early part of the West Region season there. If you're a volleyball fan in general, well, you got 2 nominees for you. Piper Feller of Des Lacs Burlington, as they picked up a big home win once again last week. And Dickinson's Kaylee Embry are the nominees. You might have to get those votes in fast because I've seen a lot of Tristan DeVries from Watford City. The Wolves, a big win, their first ever win over the Dickinson Mavericks in the sport of football, and DeVries was the leader there. Again, you can vote on all PSP Network social media platforms, from Facebook to Instagram to Twitter as well. And this Player Performance of the Week each week is brought to you by the Aggie Foundation in Minot State. Learn more about the Aggie Foundation's charitable work at aggiefoundation.com. Well, we're about to put an end to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. On the other side, the national anthem, the starting lineups delivered by the UPS store, and of course, first serve, our third and final time out of the pregame show right here on the PSP Network. Century and Minot, WDA Volleyball is on the way.
Learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
Deliver more wonderful birthdays at Trinity Health Family Birth Center. We offer all new private, family-centered suites Our maternity team provides more personalized support, advanced care, and the reassurances of a NICU and a neonatologist on staff. Take a virtual tour at trinityhealth.org/Family Birth Center. Trinity Health, making more possible.
Got a good one on our hands today. Century and Minot High on the PSP Network. Before we get to the action, it's time for the national anthem. Well, thinking about it, one more item of business to take care of in this Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. How about a look at our 1 week old Division AA media poll from the North Dakota Associated Press Sportscasters and Sports Writers Association. It's brought to you by Sport Clips. Century, of course, at the very top, the only team without a loss in AA volleyball so far this year. 3 EDC teams follow them: West Fargo Cheyenne, and Fargo Davies, all in heated competition out east. And then it's a top 5, but we got a tie, so make it 6. Bismarck High and Jamestown. Again, this came out last Tuesday, and since then Jamestown has beaten BHS, or maybe this was the night that Jamestown beat Bismarck High. But anyway, the Blue Jays and Demons currently in a tie for 5th. The next poll will come out 1 week from tonight, and you have to believe that with whatever performance Minot High throws out here against Century, the fact that they'll finish the first half of the season in the top 2 in the West probably should be getting some love from the voters of that media poll. A team that has just 1 loss at the moment against West Region competition. Of course, that 1 loss is Bismarck High, so maybe that it gets things a little bit blurry, and maybe there's just another tie for 5th, but at least some votes for Minot High. They have earned some respect over the first couple weeks of this regular season. All right, with that done, that wraps up our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show today. We just met the starting lineups, and they are, as always, delivered to you by the UPS store. We'll tell you who the starting 6 on the floor are shortly as we wrap up the pregame events here at Magic City Campus Gymnasium. The UPS store is located on South Broadway in Minot, open Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 7, on Saturdays from 8:30 to 3. The UPS store inside the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. Century on the road in light blue. Minot at home in the whites. Head coach of the Century Patriots, Jamie Zastapil, last year over 30 wins, has led this Century program to 11 consecutive West Region Tournament championships, countless state tournament appearances. That doesn't really tell the most clear story about that. Since volleyball moved to the fall, Century has appeared in 18 of the last 23 state championship games. Meanwhile, Jesse Gertson, the head coach of Minot High, in his 4th season, looking to get this Majets team back to the state tournament. It has been a long time, and for this program, they feel like a little bit too long. A couple shortcomings in the West Region tournament lately. Last year at home, this season at least, the first 8 matches have gone pretty well to position themselves in a top 2 seed. They're trying to dethrone number 1 tonight at their home court, Magic City Campus Gymnasium. On the court to begin for Century, Sylvia Taylor, Alexis Heinley, Cambry Long, Abby Fosland, Parker Lutman, and the libero Kinley Peterson. We'll get Minot's starting lineup to you, but first serve by Deshawn. We are underway with West Region Volleyball on the PSP Network. Right away, it's a point for Minot High, and they're on the BNC National Bank scoreboard first. Again, just mentioned Everett Deshaw. She's going to start at the service line. Kinsley Gilmore, Mackenzie Duffner, the setter. Also in that starting lineup, there's a service error by Deshaw, and we're even at 1. Eve Knutson, Brooke Bedell, and libero Camden Vardy round out the starting 6 for the Majettes. 1 apiece as the Patriots get service for the first time tonight. One-handed dig there by Gilmore to keep the play alive for the Majettes to send a free ball to Century. This is the second offensive chance for the Patriots today, and there's the block. As it was pointed out in our Players to Watch segment, Knutson's going to have a big day. Well, there's a big start. A block for a point, and Minot goes back ahead 2-1. That was Heinley on the attack. Knutson got most of it. I believe Deshaw jumped as well. This time, Century will go to Sylvia Taylor. And there's a kill for the Patriots. Let's put it on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Right off of serve receive, Century goes into attack mode with Taylor on the near side. Right after the libero, Vardy. The Jets are trying to send over a free ball to the Century. However, the shot couldn't get it over the net, and the Patriots have the lead for the first time today. Trading points here early on in Minot. Heinley at the service line. Gilmore swoops in to get that one over the net. There's a set for Taylor, straight down the line. A Century Patriot point. Tell you what, for somebody that has been putting up double-digit kill numbers in every West Region match this year, 2 out of the first 4 Century points is putting on a pretty good pace to do it for a 9th time. There's the service ace. This time it's Heinley. That combination, the Century seniors, Taylor and Heinley, both off to play some Division II volleyball in the future. And while they're still in Bismarck, they are tearing up the West Region. There was touch on that. It was towards the sideline, but Carol Lawson went out to try and save it. That's going to be back-to-back aces now for Heinley. Century's up 6-2. A run of 5 consecutive points for the Pats. Set up to Taylor. Block for another point. Knutson was there. So was Mackenzie Duffner. You can talk about the Century offense all you want. You have to factor in their setters. Their leading setter, the one that's been out there, of course, for that string of points, Abby Fosland, returning at that position for the Patriots this year. Good serve there by Vardy. Going to stay in the back row the whole way. Taylor sends one across. Picked up by Lawson. Here's Gilmore. Good coverage there by Century in the middle of the court. Taylor another back row. Quick setup to Kinsley Gilmore, across the court, and it's good. Well, Kinsley Gilmore, the player on offense that Minot wants to get into this match early on, and has a rather early kill today. First 10 points of the match. In the middle, Fall tries to tip one over the net. Another tip from Century. A battle at the net here. Play will stay alive. Gilmore. Again, nobody really swinging on that point. Gilmore taps the ball into the net, and that will be a Century point. Keeping track of our scoring tonight is the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Your life is busy. That's why they'll make managing your money easy. Locations in North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. Visit BNC Bank online at bnc.bank. Gilmore on the far side, off the tape, picked up by the Patriots. Taylor on the set from Nora Green, the number 2 setter in this Century lineup. Good save there by Lawson. The Jets able to get the ball across. Taylor up and over the block. Dug by Deshaw. Duffner sets up Gilmore through the block for a point. I'll watch this one again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Obviously missed that great defensive hustle by the Majettes to save that ball as it was headed towards the student section, and then Gilmore to power one through the Century block. Make this a 2-point first set again. Duffner serving down 5-7. Green sets up Fosland. The digger by Vardy on a dive. Deshawn near side, too far. So we saw from Century a year ago, and what worked so well is utilizing two setters, and obviously Fosland is the number one, the senior, but Nora Green, senior classmate, her first season really getting a lot of varsity action. Steps in, moves Fosland into hitting position. There's a service error against Century. It's a point right back to Minot High. Now Gilmore will serve. All the way in the far corner. No run in at all. Patriots have to bump one over the net. Vardy, then Duffner. Tight set there for Deshawn. Nothing to really do with that. Another side out by Century. Century's libero, the junior, Kinley Peterson to serve. Bedell, yeah, she was over the line. Knew it the whole time. And that'll be a point for Century, leading 10-6. Bedell has played some really good volleyball for Minot lately. Ball stays in the back row for Minot. Peterson sets up Taylor. Back row attack and a kill. Put it on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Well, not only are there just two setters on this Century team, Peterson can become the third. She continues serving, and there's a service ace. How about the libero? Peterson, the assist, then the ace. Now move spots again on the service line, now on the near side. Closest to our broadcast vantage point. Patriots up 12-6 first set. Pass went a little bit long. Duffner couldn't find it. Thought maybe it was going to go over the net. Lands on Minot's side, and the lead more than doubled. 13-6. Duffner looks for Bedell off the block, out of bounds, and the Majettes get a point back. For 50 years, Ryan's been a trusted name for car buyers in western North Dakota. Shop their entire inventory online. DriveRyan.com, bringing you the replays today on the PSP Network. Green sets up Parker Lutman. Kept alive by the Majettes. Here's Lutman for the scorers table. Dumped by Duffner. We saw this in the Northern Plains. He our keys to the game. Out of the ordinary. The dump play, it works for Duffner a lot, and it does so there for a Minot point. Net violation against Minot. I want to say that was Fosland that was trying to tip one over the net and over the block, but Minot high block kept reaching for it and went over the net, so a point goes back to Century, up 14-8. Halfway through set number one. DeShaw swings away. One hand by Taylor to keep it up. Fosland bumps to Lutman. Dug by the Majettes. Now Bedell cross-court shot. They keep playing out of the ordinary. Does Minot High here in the middle of set one. The dump by Duffner, and then the pass across the net. One side of the court to the other works for Brooke Bedell. Throw kill there by Camry Long. Aggressive swing, but it goes out of bounds off the hand of Bedell. 15-9 Patriots. Oh, they're going to overrule, it looks like. There was a large cheer by the Minot High crowd asking for touch, and I think they got it. to make that 14-10. Century still in the lead. Foslin, the set goes over the net. Ball off of, looked like the shoulder maybe of Peterson. We're still playing. Knutson tips it over. Back row set to Taylor. Good job by Gilmore to keep that ball in play. Block goes up for the Patriots. Minot recovers. Free ball for Century, up by 4. Foslin to Lutman. Good dig by Vardy. Bedell's turn. Dug by Taylor. Push to the corner, but Gilmore's there. Duffner the dump. This time it's caught. Swinging on the far side, it's Gilmore. With the dig and eventually the point for Minot High. What a way to earn that. Watch it again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Obviously the dump there for Duffner. Century's all over, but how about this dig from Kinsley Gilmore? First set move of the game, worthy kind of play. And the point goes right back the way of the Patriots, thanks to Heinley. It's quite a way to quiet the crowd. Obviously, pretty loud in this place over that last rally, but Century a quick end to it. Maintain the lead here in the opening game. Off the rafters, good recovery. Push to the corner. What a shot there from Alexis Heinley. Gilmore and Vardy realized too late that ball was staying in. Here's another look. Yeah, Vardy never went after it. Gilmore, I think, tracked it the whole way, but too much ground to cover. 16-11 Patriots. Lutman with the serve. Over pass. Tip back onto Minot High's side by Heinley. Was that 3 consecutive points for Alexis Heinley, and that's going to bring about a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the floor. Century, a 17-11 lead, but Minot battling in set 1 on the PSP Network. Coach Gertzen at Minot High, probably a lot to like, especially the hustle, the no quit from his Minot team. A few of these points that make up the 6-point margin have just been net violations. A couple of, maybe just one service error for the time being, but Minot has played a nice first set. However, down by 6, getting to the later stages of it, and a good time to call a First International Bank and Trust timeout for the Majets. 17-11, Parker Lutman, this junior at the service line for Century. Gets us back underway. Down the line, there was touch. Another point for Sylvia Taylor. By the way, our timeout sponsor, First International Bank and Trust, a full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built with a bond between their employees and customers. Find them online at FIBT.com. Duffner sets up Knutson. They were both in the same spot, but they're still going to earn the point. Didn't look right at all for Minot High offensively, and Knutson explaining how we're going to do better next time, but we'll have Bedell to serve after winning that point. Heinley has to track that down. Long pass to get it over the net from Abby Foslin. Too far into the Minot bench. And the lead is now down to 5. Tough passer and serve received by Weigel. Everybody got to move around a bit for the Patriots. Tipped by Knutson. Nice diving dig there by Peterson. From the back row, it's Everett to Shaw. Again, too strong. Point to Century, closing in on a set 1 win. The West Region play, they've only lost 2 sets in total. Usually this is a Century team that gets off to a good start, 1-0, and can put away teams from there, but still some work to do in the first set. There's a good block to deny Gilmore of the tip kill. They'll go right back to Kinsley, a little off balance again. Taylor with a right hand. Dug by Lawson. Gilmore some more power into that one. Was set back-to-back balls there earlier in the point. Maybe didn't have the legs to get up again, but stores some energy for this swing. See the kill on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay on the assist from Mackenzie Duffner. Block was there for Minot. Keep the ball in the air. Now Duffner goes right back to Gilmore. Century's block. Into the middle. Job by Long to recover for Century. Another ball off the roof. Has set for Gilmore. Only one target on these sets from Duffner. This time he goes back to Fall. Tries to flip that one to where Century wasn't at, but couldn't place it in between the lines. Patriots go up 20-14. This Century is going to bring in their number 2 setter, Nora Green. She'll start out by serving. Low one for Deshaw. Another setup for Gilmore. Keep it alive. Foslin is denied. Now Gilmore swings again to the overpass. Set up Taylor. Vardy the dig. Another chance for Gilmore. This time it works. Well, Duffner has a go-to target on that Minot High front row right now. It is Kinsley Gilmore. It's worked out for 2 points lately in these last few rotations. From the middle. Eventually a point they're going to Minot. I think that one went off the antenna maybe, or just simply out of bounds. Nice swing there from Foslin. What a play by Vardy, though, crashing into the bleachers. Saves the play for the time being for Minot, but that's going to get ended by Foslin of Century. A full Ryan Family Dealerships replay reel from the first set today. Foslin on the kill. This was a little bit too much for Minot on that point. One attack after another from Century wore him down. There's a service error by Taylor. That's going to give Minot High a little more life at the end of the first set. Down, though, 17-21. They do have Gilmore at the line. Good serve to the near side of the court. Taylor back-to-back errors, one on service, one on the attack. Coach Sastapil making a quick note about how Taylor tried to hit that one over the net. For next time, here's Deshaw. That one's going to end up nearly out of the gym. Everett Deshaw, a few attacking errors of her own already in set number 1. That one's going to count, though. And all of a sudden, Minot High is crept within 2. 19-21 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Set 1 from Minot. Vardy, the bump set. Net violation against Century. I think that's still going to go as a kill for Brooke Bedell. She swung while Century was in the net. And as this becomes a 21-20 first set, some celebration for Minot High as we go into a timeout. It's called by the Century Patriots. We'll take a break as well on the PSP Network.
We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Drop it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Well, it's hard to miss the Minot High student section today. And hey, PSP Network, another partnership. Can't really see that. You can miss that, though. With BSN Sports Student Section Award. We're giving awards to everybody. Thank you to BSN Sports for bringing that promotion to PSP Network. Contact your local sales pro today. Meanwhile, we got to get back to volleyball here. Set one has gotten good. It's 21-20 Century at the moment, but Minot High is starting to go on a bit of a run. Green will set up Lutman. Point Minot. That one goes in the net. We are tied. Well, out of the First International Bank and Trust timeout called by the Patriots. They had a good play set up, just not executed, getting it across the net. Now Minot can try and take the lead. Lutman wants the ball again. After the last attacking error, they're going to call Lutman's number on back-to-back plays, and this time it works out well for the Patriots. Up 22-21. Set up for Deshaw. She's had a nice role in this late set comeback for Minot High. Now 2 kills in the last few points. 2 kills in the match for Everett Deshaw. This will be Jayla Hansen serving for Minot. 22-all first set. Long run for Green to get that set up to Heinley. Overpass. And brought right back down by Abby Foslin. Just when Minot High can tie it, unable to take the lead. Their last lead was at 2-1 in this first set. There's Foslin's points on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Now she's serving for Century. Vardy's going to keep that ball in. Deshaw will tip it to the back row. Taylor the dig. Foslin goes past Heinley to Lutman. Touched by the Magets, and we've got a serve pro set point on the board. And before we get to that point, a First International Bank and Trust timeout called by Jesse Gertson and the Minot High Magets. We'll take this timeout to remind you that today's broadcast of West Region Volleyball on the PSP Network is brought to you in part by Farsted Oil. Contact Farsted Oil today to find out how their skilled sales team can help you achieve your wholesale fuel, mobile lubricants, and DEF needs. Proudly serving North Dakota, Montana, and western Minnesota since 1938, and committed to outstanding customer service and reliability. It's Farsted Oil. No halftime in volleyball, so we'd like to remind you our halftime sponsor on the normal occasion is Moonlight Home Improvement. Your home renovation specialist in the Magic City. If you've been putting off the basement, kitchen, bathroom, or any interior renovation, now is the time to book your free estimate with MHI. Mention PSP Network and get up to 10% off on your project invoice. Call Drew now at 701-721-4612 or head to moonlighthomeimprovement.com. Both teams break the huddle here ahead of a Serve Pro set point. 24/7 emergency service and trained technicians. It's Serve Pro. Century has just 2 set points. Deshaw will set up Bedell. Long set to get there. Back row to Taylor. Just how they drew it up, I would have to imagine, right? Sylvia Taylor, who got Century off to the strong start in set 1, brings an end to it. After 1 set, Century takes it 25-22. Patriots go up 1-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. You're watching WDA Volleyball on PSP Network.
Work is proudly brought to you by and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Financial plan or planning for farm or business succession. Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Well, thank you for tuning in to WDA Volleyball tonight on the PSP Network. If you like what you're seeing, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Help us promote local athletes. Also follow at Network PSP on Facebook, Instagram, anything. We've got a lot of great stuff rolling out. Some highlights, top plays, all to promote the local athletes here in North Dakota. And, well, the Century Patriots promoting another strong start to a match tonight. It was a little close there at the end, 25-22. They had leads. I believe their largest one was 7 in that first set, so it was never really a blowout by any means. But Minot, a heck of a job to rebound there at the very end, tied it at 22, but Century would end up scoring the next 3 points and taking the first game by a 25-22 final score. But I think the confidence was built there in set number 1 for Minot High to hang around. This set 2 will do a lot of telling, though, as to whether that will serve them well or if Century is going to take this one up to another notch and get ahead on the road 2-0 here in Minot. Place where the Majettes have hardly played. This has not really felt like home for them this year. Just 2 matches. How about that? 3 matches here. First time through the West Region schedule at home, 6 of them away from home. It's not the most lopsided schedule I've seen. I was doing a little research on the boys soccer side of things. Fargo South boys soccer this year play the first half of their matches away from home, and now they're finishing on their home pitch to wrap up an EDC title. So maybe there's some good in playing all those road games early on for Minot High. Back to the action in set 2. Attacking error by Everett DeShaw is point number 1 to the Century Patriots, who start at the service line with Abby Foslin. She was important in many different ways for Century in set 1. Obviously started as the setter, and then she went to an attacking role as Nora Green checked into the game. Ball stays not so dangerous position there for Century. However, an attacking error of their own against Hindley is going to even the score. Shaw with the serve off the net. Well, going to stay in play. Vardy passes to Duffner. Sets up Bedell. There's the block for a point. Kindly takes the solo credit on that. Well, obviously, a very good player on the attacking side, but when it comes to blocking, I mean, the ratings by whatever ranking platform you use would tell you that Hindley is the very best. St. Cloud State is where she's committed to. Oh, there's the attacking part of her game. It was blocked by Knutson off of a Century player. It might have been Hindley, maybe it was Taylor. Goes out of bounds, a point for Minot, and we're tied again. A few next level volleyball players on the court right now at Magic City Campus Gymnasium. There's another one of them, Sylvia Taylor. She's going to get another chance to swing. Kept alive again by the Majettes. Knutson tips one over the net. Foslin sets up Taylor 3 times, and that one's going to bounce out of bounds. Minot takes the lead. Taylor, she's going to Augustana University next year in Sioux Falls. Mackenzie Duffner of Minot High headed to UND to be a setter. Heinle, the shot really had no play on that. That was a heater from Heinle. Let's see what we got on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Right on time. That's the serves for Century with the score tied at 3. Another block there. Somehow that ball stays in the air. Duffner the dump. Hey, 2 out of 3, and not bad. Been at good times for Minot. Last time it was to kind of spark a mini run. This time it gives them the lead in set 2, 4-3. Vardy puts the ball in play. Another chance for Taylor. Another one in the net. Just a little bit off here to start set 2. Something that, just look at the percentages, look at the numbers. Then it's going to get fixed quickly for her. Keep giving her the ball. Long pass though, one-handed. Foslin has to save that from going over. Here's Gilmore from the Majettes, dug by Taylor. I set this behind Foslin, and the attack goes out of bounds from Cambry Long. And Minot has their largest lead of the entire match at 6-3. This looks like a good play for the Patriots, and it is. Peterson, Foslin, and then Taylor to finish it. Nora Green back on the court for Century. She replaces Long. Long plays front row. Green will play those back row rotations. She sets up Taylor here. Another one off the net, but looked like it was going to fall for Minot. Fall keeps it up. That one drops in. How about Cadence Kostelecki? First time say that name today. Gets the point for Century. And a chance already for the Patriots to erase that 3-point lead. Duffner to fall right down the middle of the court. Let's put that on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Hadley Fall, the junior. Open spot on the court. Went right after it. Duffner the serve for the Majettes. Long run there for Green. And although she got to the ball, didn't get up a great set. And over the bench, and Foslin leads the huddle right there. Explains to Green, both of them centers for Century, that he got the next play. Down by 3 points, and that's some leadership right there for the Century Patriots. It's followed by a service error. Much more happy huddle there for Century, but I think Foslin did make a good point. Foslin works through the block. 1 point set 2. It's 7-8. The service error against Taylor will keep Minot High afloat in this second set. Set up for Lutman, goes across the court again. Vardy diving for a ball, is going to save it for Minot. Green up against the net. Got off a pretty good set to Lutman, but it's dug by the Majets. Punched over the net by Deshaw. Kostelecki again. Cadence Kostelecki, 2 kills in this second set. Taylor has been just a little bit off. Obviously, Fosland just picked up a kill, but looking for some other production, and it's Cadence Kostelecki giving it to Century. We're right back to just a 1-point margin. Off the tape, and an ace for Peterson. Now in badminton, you got to apologize for a play like that. In volleyball, you can just celebrate it. Off the tape and down for a point. Too many touches there for Minot High, and Century has bounced back in the second set. They lead 10-9. And it is still Peterson serving the ball up. Pushed all the way to the corner by Bedell. Taylor will find it. Tipped over the net by Lutman. Free ball for Century. Green sets up Heinley in the middle. Good block by Minot. Ball still alive though. Now is set up for Fosland down the line. Good for a point. Well, if it wasn't there for Heinley, that block has been set up in the middle for the most part for Minot. That's been the best part of their block. Then they go just a little bit to the outside. And Fosland, her second attacking point of set 2. Duffner to fall. Sent right back over by the Patriots. This time it's Bedell on the set for Mackenzie. Duffner passes. Going to be picked up by Gilmore, but that last touch was the 4th touch by Minot. It's a point for Century, and our up official wants to speak with the captain, Century Patriots, Abby Fosland, pass along the information there. And that's followed by a Minot timeout. Let's watch that last play again. A little confusing on how it happened, as that was the 4th touch to get that one over the net of the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. We'll take a break as well. You're watching WDA Volleyball on the PSP Network. Middle of set 2 from Minot.
8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Explanation on that last play. Could be about that last ruling, could be about something Century has done before the serve goes into action. Not even going to take a guess as to what that could be. Probably be wrong. What I do know is that Century's in the lead 12-9 in the second set on our BNC National Bank scoreboard. And up 1-0, taking that earlier game 25-22. This one has been close the whole way. Lutman got a little bit too funky there. Was originally thinking about just hammering this overpass for Minot High, and then tried to carry this over to the middle of the court. And that just didn't happen. Fosland is blocked, but it went out of bounds. Bedell and Knutson got up. Patriots stretched the lead to 13-10. It's Fosland serving. And caught on the court by Camden Vardy. That's an ace for Century. Up 14-10. Really kind of the same point in set 1 when they pulled away. Obviously for Minot High to complete a comeback though. Taylor digs. Fosland sets up Lutman. And the Hook shot there over to Minot high side. That's going to be a lift against the Magets. Point for Century. Remember, they were up 13-6 in that first set. Minot took them a little bit to get the wheels back rolling. Once they did, though, got it to 22-22 and made Century work to finish out that first set. Obviously here, an opportunity for Century to pull away at a more opportune time, but Eve Knudsen, other ideas for Minot High. It's the kill. Keeps us at 4 points. To Shaw, ace serve. Let's look at it on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Century had a lot of eyes on this ball going down the line, and that one is on the tape if it's in. A lift called against Century. Well, Minot has found a comeback already today. Starting another one right now, down 13-15 with Deshaw at the line. Heinle with a nice hit. Overpass to the sideline, kept in by Peterson, gives Taylor a chance, and Century's going to drop this point. I wonder if we got this on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Yeah, here's that dig by Gilmore. That ball is probably out of bounds and a Century point. It turns into, though, a Minot point. Gilmore, another overpass. This time, Heinle going to make a point out of it for Century. So right back down to the Magets side, and there goes that run for the Magets. It falls or stops just a 1 point deficit. 16-14, Patriots serving in set two. Knudsen on this set from Duffner, and there was touch by the Patriots. Seemed like Knudsen knew it before anybody else. Saw the ball sail out of bounds, but was confident that Century's block had gotten a finger on it, and that was the case. Bedell with the serve. Minot down 15-16. Taylor, that one dropped in. Vardy did a good job of getting out of the way. She thought that was sailing out of bounds. We'll take another look on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Vardy maneuvers out of the way. Another one very close. Not for me to decide. Gilmore to the corner. That one's on the line. And the line judge kind of threw the flag up in the air quickly, brought it right back down. I saw this one hit the yellow line. Here's another look at it. We're going to need the super slow-mo today. Gilmore with swing, dug by the Patriots. Peterson, Foslin, and Taylor. That one's in. Count it for a Century point. Another good battle in set two. The top two teams in the WDA. Foslin, far side, out of bounds. Century #1 in the state. It's kind of an interesting top two in the West. You have Century, who's the media's favorite right now, obviously, as they should be, undefeated, the only one to do so at this point in Division AA. And then you got Minot High, who's having to kind of earn that respect in the rankings. But what they worry about is the match each and every night, trying to stay in the top of the West region. And with that ball sailing out of bounds, they are tied now in set two with Century. Duffner's going to find that volleyball that went wild out of bounds and serve in hopes of putting the Magets ahead. Green, the set, up to Foslin, center to center. To Shaw across the net. Peterson passes to Green. They'll go to Taylor this time. Vardy kind of knew that play was coming, at two hands up to block it, but deflected right down instead of up. Taylor gets another kill, well on her way to another 10-kill performance. And coming off a season best 24 last week against the Jamestown Blue Jays. Close set there for Gilmore. Taylor flies in for the back row. This one's going to go up off the basketball hoop. Gives Duffner time to recover and find that ball, but the pass is going to go on the line. Another one. This one a much more difficult call for our line judge because there was a Century player kind of blocking that view, but a very confident call. And with another ball that's going to hit the yellow line in favor of Minot High, we are again even, 19-all in set 2. Serve receive pass was ways away from center green. There's Duffner on the set to Bedell. Again, looking at that far corner, dug up by Autumn Kilbert. Vardy as the pass go over the referee stand and down for a Century point. So Minot High on 2 occasions now has gotten to this point of a set. Battled with Century, they just need to finish it. Minot does have a timeout remaining in the second set. Peterson serves for Century. Duffner at the net, sets up the shot. That one was knocked down just as it got lifted in the air. The block by, of course, Alexis Hindley. A second look at this. Deshaw tried to get it up and over the block, but the 6 foot and then the vertical from Alexis Hindley wasn't going to allow that to happen. 21-19, Patriots in the lead. Bedell swing, she's blocked. This time I believe it was Fosland, the solo there, and a quick timeout fired off by the Minot High Majets at the very end of set number 2. Looks just like how set 1 went. Minot gets close, Century pulls ahead at the very end. Can they hold on next to the PSP Network?
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Today's broadcast of WDA Volleyball on the PSP Network is brought to you by Minot State University, with more than 96% of recent Minot State grads employed or continuing their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. That's Minot State University. They're in action tonight against the new 4-year program, the Bismarck State Mystics, up at the MSU Dome. Volleyball here at Magic City campus, though, has been good the whole way through. 22-19, Century in the lead, looking to go up 2-0. Here's Lutman with the swing, off the block, out of bounds. Century has rattled off 4 in a row in an effort to take the first 2 games tonight. Pretty impressive stuff by the Patriots to give up late leads like they have, but to not really bat an eye. Difficult pass to catch for Fall. It was going into the scores table, and Century, after this was 19-19, has now put a Serve Pro set point on the board. 24/7 emergency service. Trained technicians at Serve Pro. Served by Peterson. Duffner, long set to Bedell across the court. Good dig there by Kilbert. Green sets up Lutman. Bedell through the block. Keep the Majets on the court here in set 2. Bedell was very efficient in the later stages of set number 1. They're hoping that they can find that again here in set 2 with Gilmore on the back row. Hanson the serve. Long pass. Green is going to find it. And Hindley. A great play there to save this point for Century and wrap up the set. One more look on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. 25-20 is how set 2 goes. Patriots have 2-0 on the road.
At the same time, or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Ferendry Electric Cooperative is there
to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. For Embry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
So Carson, how do I become a great football player like you?
Well, practice and having a professional team to answer the call and handle anything you throw their way is also important.
Hey Carson, thanks for teaching Crew about community banking at First Western. First Western, you can bank on us.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
For those who dream big, Ackerman Estvold is here with the latest tools and innovations to design smart. Our team of architects and engineers carefully plan every step of construction, making it possible to build bold. And most importantly, we know how valuable it is to give back, ensuring our communities continue to thrive for generations to come. That's Ackerman Estvold.
Once this one goes final, we'll have the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show whether they're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession. Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to be work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit them online at planningteam.com, helping clients work toward financial freedom. We'll speak with our Sport Clips MVP, named the Magic City Home Leisure Move of the Game. We had a really good nominee in set number 1 from Kinsley Gilmore, and maybe that last point of set 2 by Hindley. Actually, I think it's a pretty good block in that second set, too. I might go with that as a nominee as well. But maybe we'll see the actual award winner here in set 3, or if there's any further volleyball to be played. That's the hope and dream for Minot High tonight. They're down 2-0, falling to Century 25-22 and 25-20 in our first 2 games today. And again, we said it in set number 1. Can't be too much to complain for Minot High. They have played good volleyball today. It's just the runs they've had maybe have fallen behind a little bit too much to recover from. That's kind of what it's been. Of course, they were down by as much as 7 in set 1, came back to tie, but lost it. And that last set, down by as much as 6, came back, but lost it by 5. Set 3 underway. Bedell takes the first swing. Block back to the Minot side. Here's another back throw attack from Gilmore. That's something that I expect to see a little bit more of here as this game wears on. Alexis Hindley, more of number 4 for Century, earning them some points. Lutman records the ace for Century. Gilmore's pass went a few rows high into the bleachers. Get that ball back for Parker to serve again. Knutson tries to tip there. Voslin to Hindley. There's a good one for the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. And with those two leading the way in our Sport Clips MVP voting process. Our large committee that decides that. Service error, though, and Minot has a point here in set number 3. Obviously, Minot having played pretty well. Nothing you would really want to change, I don't think, significantly from those first 2 sets. So those last couple points, Century has been able to finish. There's another, it's kind of been a few of the points that have separated these two teams for Minot High. Obviously, Century has had their kind of equal share of service errors, attacking errors. It's kind of those points, the lifts, the 4 touches, the net violations. There's really little things that have been the only separator tonight. Well, there's an error for Century. 2 players ran into one another. 2 players that haven't on the floor a whole lot today. Cadence Kostelecki and the, what I believe is their 5th different setter they've used today, Addison Weigel. Collided, ball falls, and Century's lead is now at 2. There's a block sailing out of bounds. 5-2 Patriots. There's Zastapil on the Century side. The team has really responded. I mean, there's been, going back to that last match against Jamestown, there's a service ace for the Patriots and Nora Green. Giving them a 6-2 lead. Going back to that last match against Jamestown, having to drop a set to the Blue Jays, a rare occurrence for the Patriots this year. Just 2 set losses in West Region play. And then to end it with 25-23 back-to-back set wins. Taylor tips it over the net for a kill, and Century running away early in this 3rd set, up 7-2. To come here to Minot, other visiting opponents have stated it plenty of times. It's a tough place to play, tough team to play on their home court, and they've been battled today, but they've been put to the test. Century has passed it. They've got a net violation against Minot just as they earn a big point on a set from Duffner to Fall. Patriots up 8-2 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Duffner will go to Gilmore. That's going to count for Minot, off the block and out of bounds. Kinsley Gilmore on the front row. That's what Minot wants. So it worked a lot in set 1. Not too many of the back row attacks today as we forecasted in the pregame show. Low serve over the net by Duffner. Picked up by Weigel. Foslin gets one across. Vardy. Bump set to Gilmore. Back-to-back points for Kinsley. Let's watch this last one again on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. And Ryan Dealerships, their commitment and respect for their customers as strong today as was 50 years ago. Experience the difference when you visit one of the 5 dealerships in Minot or Williston. Out of 4-8. Still pretty early in set 3 for Minot, but it's not only this set, but the next few they got to win today. There's a second net violation of this set against Minot. So really, as stated earlier, the only separator between these two teams is those little penalties. They've been very present here in set 3 as the Patriots hoping to get out of town quickly. Off the light. Interesting obstacle in the sport of volleyball, and Minot unable to recover from it. And Coach Gertzen will call a timeout. Try and get this 3rd set back on the tracks for Minot High. Down 10-4 on the PSP Network.
To introduce the fabulous edition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas, exclusively at Magic City Home Leisure.
Well, elsewhere tonight on the PSP Network, broadcast from Nedrose. The Cardinals hosting the Botnos Stars. Some Division A Region 3 volleyball available elsewhere on the network. Try and get a score from that thanks to our friends at North Dakota Score Feed. Medrose up 1-0, but Botno leads in set 2. Meanwhile, in Dickinson, the Mountain Time starts. Gotta love them. They haven't even begun play yet against the Legacy Sabres. Here in Minot, we're closing in on a finish. If Century can hold on to a 6-point lead, that'll cut into it. Everett Deshaw, the kill for Minot High. They'll serve down 5-10. A backhand shot over the net is going to count as a point for Parker Lutman. This is why we have the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Right hand, back across the net for a point. Bedell straight down for a kill. Middle portion of this volleyball season, Bedell, really her first big-time minutes on the varsity volleyball court, has established a very good connection with Mackenzie Duffner. A couple times in these last matches, Bedell has been leading the way in kills for Minot High. That ball is called in. Point Century at 12-6. Second half of the West Region season starts on Thursday night. Century will be in Williston. The winless Coyotes will host the currently undefeated Patriots. That ball was in again. Deshaw has been one of the leaders for Minot in set 3 and all night. Minot will host Mandan on Thursday. You can catch that match on the PSP Network pregame show about 6:45. Knutson blocked by Heinley. And now she'll try and swing away at that overpass, but it is blocked by Knutson. You block me, and I'll return the favor. Cambry Long, the kill for Century, and just trading punches right now in set 3. Century would be just fine with that, with a 5-point lead at the moment. Parker Lutman serving. Long run for Duffner, goes into the bench, and that leads to a free ball for Century. Peterson, Foslin, then Heinley. Another free ball coming the way of the Patriots. Taylor off the block. There's Bedell swinging for Minot. Touching the block again from Century. Taylor. Big point there. Quite a reaction from the Century crowd. Kind of woke them up a little bit. This third set has been just a routine one for the Patriots. When you need to finish a match, just play clean volleyball. That's what they've done here. And eventually those highlight reel plays are back for them. However, it's followed by a service error by Lutman. Served by Bedell. Back row the whole time for the Patriots. Here's Duffner, set up to Kinsley Gilmore. Nice hit, but a good dig from Peterson. Bumped over by Taylor. Duffner goes right back to Gilmore. Over the block this time. Kept in play by Weigel. Good communication there by the Majettes. Gilmore sends a free ball to the Patriots for Taylor to hit. That ball's still up off the net. Bedell hung in the air a while, and Brooke Bedell, who made the play to get in front of that spike from Taylor early in the point. There's the dig off the net. Don't lose focus, and then had to hang in the air a while. Missed time to jump, but still gets the kill. Well, that a couple different points in one. for Brooke Bedell. Ball found its way across the net. Block from Knutson was on time from Hindley, but it's powered right through. 15-10 Patriots. Look for a sweep on the road in Minot. Tipped over by Knutson. How much of a play the Patriots could have there. Just a good decision by Eve to make that play. Minot, another one of those opponents that Century has kind of just dominated over the past couple of years, and that's about everybody except for Jamestown and Bismarck High. I feel like after the performance today from Minot, they're close. See, this third set still not done, but down 5 as they have been for a majority of it. Just the finishing touches right now for Century of a 3-set sweep. Duffner, the dump. Third kill for the setter. These two will meet again to wrap up the regular season in Bismarck. Flying around is everybody right now. There's Vardy the dig on Taylor's attack. Another dig by Peterson, equally as impressive. Back set to Deshaw. Block was there. Deshaw saves the play. Now it's pumped over the net. Goodness. Okay, here's just a free ball. What will Century do with it? They'll go to Taylor. Pretty reliable looking play there for Century. It starts to unravel. Just go to Sylvia Taylor. She has another kill. Century leads 17-12, and we go to break on the PSP Network.
There's pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
First International Bank and Trust timeout on the court, called by Minot High. First International Bank and Trust, a full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built on the bond between their employees and customers. Founded in 1910 and growing to serve rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North and South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. Also, a thank you to Bones Barbecue Sauce, a true North Dakota original. Find it today at your local grocery store, Cashwise Marketplace, and Family Fare. Century serving up 17-12 in set 3. They've already taken the first 2 games of tonight's WDA volleyball match. That's a kill for Kinsley Gilmore. And we'll be back here in this gym on Thursday night as the Majets host Mandan. High pass from Fall, going to get launched out of bounds. Well, all 3 sets now have kind of been the same. Here Century takes a 5-point lead. It's been as much as 7 in this match. At around 18-13, 20-16, what have you. And Minot's gone on a run. They're going to need to find one again here in the 3rd set to play some more volleyball tonight. This one goes out of bounds from Bedell. And Century leads 19-13. Green will go to Lutman. That ball's in. One more for the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Parker Lutman. Cross court kill. Yep. Back row for Taylor. And she's going to get the kill in the end. Duffner was in front of it. Pass goes over the net and out of bounds. Last few kills of the night for Sylvia Taylor. She's saying she hit that with her forearm. Looked pretty good. Service ace. Minot touched it, and you start to see this one wrap it up. Century a 22-13 lead now in set 3. However, service error by Kinley Peterson is going to let the ball trade hands to the Jets and Jayla Hansen. Serves right to Taylor. Green up to Heinley and back down on the Patriots side. Eve Knutson was our player to watch today for the responsibility she'll have on the block, even though it has been a barrage of attacking shots from Century. Has played very well. Better blocking, the statistical performances for Knutson. It's going to be a pretty big number in the newspaper box score. In the back row, Gilmore sails that one out of bounds, 23-15. Century to serve with Abby Fosland. Couple subs. Late in tonight's West Region Showdown. Duffner back to Deshaw. That's out. And we have ourselves a Serve Pro match point. Fosland will serve. Century a comfortable 7-point lead, and now there was a little bit of a holdup there before they gave the ball to Fosland, and eventually the point is going to go to Minot on 4 touches. So no match point yet. It's 16-23 with Minot serving. Heinley with 2 hands gets that over the net. Gilmore gets it across. Here's Taylor, a back row attack, right back at you. Count it and put that Serve Pro match point back on the board. 24-16, Century leads. So it'll be Lutman to do the honors of serving away this match point. Vardy will pass to Duffner, set up to Bedell on the far side, off the block. Taylor, one more. Not yet. Well, it went off the rafters and it will count. One more today for Sylvia Taylor, and the Century Patriots complete the sweep of Minot High. In the matchup of top 2 teams in the West, number 1 will remain that way. 3-0, and we'll catch up with our Sport Clips MVP after this on the PSP Network.
Is proudly brought to you by social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7, pressure, poise, yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for...
Welcome into the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show on the PSP Network. We start out by talking to our Sport Clips MVP today, center, kind of do-it-all player for the Century Patriots, Abby Foslin. I'd like to talk about stats a lot of times, but your leadership was on display today in set number 2. There was a tough play there, one that got away from Nora, kind of the second setter when you moved to the front row, and you kind of led the huddle there. What was maybe something you said, and how often do you have to let your leadership shine like that?
I mean, I don't remember exactly what I said. I talk a lot, but I don't know. That's just something that's always come natural to me, and I love trying to pick my teammates up. They do it for me when I need it, so it's just something that most of the time I see someone need something, so that's kind of where it comes from.
Well, passing the ball to the great hitters you have on your team, sometimes they give you the ball as well on attack, and you were there on block today. What's your favorite part of the game? You're in a lot of facets of it.
I don't know. Probably blocking. I don't know. That's probably my favorite, but I love it all. I love to win.
All right. Well, you picked up yet another win today up here in Minot, a road test up north against the number 2 team in the West, and you passed it with some flying colors there at the end, 3-0. It was difficult at times, but how did your team power through today and get a sweep?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were really focused as a team coming in here. We knew what we wanted to do, and I think we followed the game plan really well, and we trust each other, and all of us, we play really good as a team, so I think it was a big team effort.
All right, Abby, congrats on the great game today, and best of luck the rest of the way. All right, our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post-game show continues after this.
So Carson, how do I become a great football player like you?
Well, practice and having a professional team to answer the call and handle anything you throw their way is also important.
Hey Carson, thanks for teaching crew about community banking at First Western. First Western, you can bank on us.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
For those who dream big, Ackerman Estvold is here with the latest tools and innovations to design smart. Our team of architects and engineers carefully plan every step of construction, making it possible to build bold. And most importantly, we know how valuable it is to give back, ensuring our communities continue to thrive for generations to come. That's Ackerman Estvold.
Shots Crossroads is your post-game headquarters. Get filled up on their delicious menu that includes the famous number 99. Team buses are always welcome at Shots Crossroads. Bringing you the post-game show today along with Planning Team Financial Advisors. And it's after a 3-set sweep for the Century Patriots against Minot High. Who's going to be the one to stop this Patriots kind of freight train moving through the WDA right now? Undefeated one time through the region 9-0, and the second half of the season starts on Thursday for them against the Williston Coyotes. It wasn't all a rout today against Minot High. In fact, it was a very good volleyball match for 3 sets, but Century, when they needed to turn it on, they absolutely did. And whether that was the end of set 1, the end of set 2, or pretty much the entirety of set 3, the Patriots got it done today in 3 sets, the minimum, against the Minot High Majettes. Well, just to break down this game, I mean, it started out, obviously, Minot with those early points. They took the lead, but that was only 2-1. Century went on their early run in the first set. They got Sylvia Taylor involved then. It was obviously the blocking performance of Highley. Exactly what you would expect to be there for Century was there in set number 1. Minot High, they could have gotten down a little bit, could have let set 1 slip away, but no, they battled back. There was some long rallies, some hustle plays that got Minot High's confidence to grow. They actually would tie the score at the end of it, and eventually Century would take that first set 25-22, but Minot, I think they gained a lot of confidence, obviously. They also just started to play a little bit freer, I think, as that first set went along. Some of the nerves went away from taking on a Century team that I know a lot of teams would have against the Patriots, and that kind of started into set number 2, where Century again sent the early message. Minot High fell behind by about 5 points in the very middle, but they were able to recover, tie it at 19-19, but Century, again, that point I made earlier, when they needed to turn it on, they did, and they would score 6 of the last 7 points in set 2 to win that one by a 25-20 final score. And then in set 3, it was really the more runaway set of the entire match. Century, from the very beginning of it, had a lead, held on the rest of the way, and Minot, although it wasn't a blowout in the 4th set, 25-16, it definitely kind of knocked every last bit of the wind from their sails today in a sweep at home. Not a result you'd love to see, but I think the little pieces of the middle of this match for Minot High, something they can surely take into Thursday's match, a quick turnaround against Mandan to open up the second half of the season. From the Century perspective, you got another good test. That's what they're looking for at this point, is good tests. Got a good one from Jamestown to wrap up last week, passed it in 4 sets, and a good one today from Minot High. Obviously some things that they learned about themselves. They obviously not just that they can now beat everybody in the West region, they've proven it, but also the little things there, their response to the adversity of Minot High, tying up those first 2 sets and relying on not just one player but a lot of different people. And our MVP, which we're going to segue into here shortly, really encompassed that leadership role and that response to a Minot High comeback or just adversity on a volleyball court in general. And our MVP today was setter. Again, there's not really a single position that could describe what Abby Foslin does on a volleyball court because she's everywhere. Started out the game as the setter, assisting Taylor, assisting Heinley, assisting Lutman on a lot of early Century points. Then she went into the attacking role for Century, excelled there, and then at the very end, as she explained in the interview, her favorite part, blocking. That one came alive in the 3rd set of today's win for Century. Abby Foslin, an all-around performer. Not only that, but the leadership in the huddles for the Patriots, something that she said she was kind of born to do for this Century team and loves to win. Well, Century's doing a lot of that. 15-0 after a 3-0 win over Minot High today. As for trying to name our Magic City Home Leisure move of the match tonight, I still really like a couple individual plays that were real nice ones to choose from. Obviously, Gilmore's dig in the first set, which eventually led to a point. Bedell had another dig of Taylor, eventually got the kill from the back row. Those are some very much highlight reel plays to mention. But for Century, I think some pivotal points in this game were obviously to wrap up set 2 on the run they did, 6 out of 7. And then at the very end of that, those couple blocks, both by Foslin and Heinley, I think whether they were back-to-back or 2 out of 3 points in a row, those blocks really just kept Minot High away from it and set Century on their way to that set 2 victory and an eventual sweep of the Majettes here at Magic City campus. So, with all that being said, your Magic City Home Leisure moves to the game, those 2 blocks to continue the streak for Century in the latter stages of the second set today, earning them a 3-0 win against Minot High. Our Move the Game sponsor, of course, Magic City Home Leisure, would like to remind you it's time to bring a spa to your home. Stop into Magic City Home Leisure on South Broadway, and you'll find a massive inventory and a next-level sales team that can help you find the perfect spa, sauna, or game for your rec room. It's Magic City Home Leisure. MVP sponsor, Sport Clips, is home to the MVP haircut experience. Check it online with the hairstyles today at sportclips.com or use the app. And, of course, our postgame brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads. Well, that just about does it for our very brief post-game show here. Not much to add to this one. Century comes in to Minot. Battle the top two in the West to wrap up the first half. And Century passes all 9 tests. Now it's on to October and the race for the West Region Tournament held in Mandan by season's end. Will Century hold on to that number 1 seed not only in the West Region but in the state? Time will tell. These teams will match up to wrap up the regular season from Bismarck. That's another match to keep your eye on. What will Minot do in the time being? Will they hold on to that second position that they occupy even after tonight's loss? Or is there a chance that they move all the way up? Somebody knocks off the Patriots and Minot can close out the deal. That's a lot to ask to wrap up this season. But we're going to wrap up our post-game show tonight, reminding you that we have some more volleyball on the way. 4 matches tomorrow. Still some volleyball to get to tonight. I know Dickinson and Legacy just started. Why don't you flip over there on the PSP network, catch the Sabres and the Mavericks, a battle of teams right in the middle of the WDA race. That does it for Magic City Campus tonight. For our great crew putting on the show today on the PSP Network, I'm Owen Patterson. Repeating your final score for the final time. Century 3-0 over Minot High, 25-22, 25-20, and 25-16. We'll see you again on Thursday night here from Minot as the Majettes host the Mandan Braves to begin October volleyball on the PSP Network. Hopefully you'll join us then. But until then, have a good night, everybody.
Is proudly brought to you by social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Not everyone starts their day at the same time or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Ferendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. Ferendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
If you're in the Minot area and looking for a rental, start here. I just moved and had no idea where to begin, but then I found Creative Property Management. They've got the most listings in town: apartments, townhomes, even single-family homes. They made it easy, helped me find a place that felt like home, and their 24/7 maintenance means no stress. Whether you're new to the area or just ready for a change, book a tour with CPM today.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.